First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest. You'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Hey. Four down. Watch 10.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
No chance.
And let's take a look at the Bears offense.
Out wide was the youngest player in the NFL in 2017, Juju Smith-Schuster. And he also had the longest reception in the league last season at 97 yards. Actually well-schooled in route running and able to run from both outside and moving inside to the slot position in order to make big plays.
Hey, gotta go.
I got him. He's mine.
On second down, here's Barkley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. With the snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6.
We got 4.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
I'm coming, baby.
False start offense.
Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps
Come on.
the play call was for him?
18.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. Third and long.
4 down.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 46.
3 down.
There we go. Wide 80.
3 down.
For Ezekiel Elliott. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
You don't want no problems with me.
And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Here we go. Wide.
Second down, Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete. The starting 11 defensively for the Bears.
A second-round pick in 2015, Eddie Goldman holds down the middle of this defensive line with some toughness, some leverage, and some personality. Understands he's going to be double and sometimes triple teamed on every snap. Does it with a smile. Blockers and opens up space for his other pass rushers.
And Adams has it complete. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down.
Easy work, and it's coming again.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I'm coming after you. Watch the edge.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
All day, baby.
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Wide 80.
Three down.
And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and try to pick up a first down.
No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
The reason that counter or misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction that starts initially. You've run that type of a play throughout the game. You've given them that look, and now you're going to counter things and bring it back the other way. Almost a tendency breaker at times. And a lot of it is making sure that you have an illusion, almost like a magician. Look over here, but the play is actually happening over there, and that's where running back's vision comes into play. See the hole in a place where people don't expect and get there with some speed. And that's exactly what he did on that play.
Let's go, let's go.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Lock in, lock in. On your head.
It's Barkley on the counter. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Okay, we got 4.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
180. 26.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Here we go. 180.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
26.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Hurry.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Lock in.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 3rd down, Trubisky. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Yo trip is here, baby. Yo trip is here.
That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind during the early going.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Let's take it inside his own 40. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter.
Here we go. 180. 26.
A first down carry by Elliott.
All day, defense, all day. All day.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance.
Blitz.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
Right.
Ezekiel Elliott, 46 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Right there.
Big time.
54, right there. 54.
Now Trubisky on first down. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Here's Trubisky. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Check pass.
Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
We can't be stopped. You see me out here? That's right. We can't be stopped.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
Out comes Michael Gallup and company as they take the field. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know what receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
It's coming now. Here we go. 180. 180.
Here we go.
180.
The give is to Allen. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Take left. Even.
Here we go. 180.
Prescott now on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Hot.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go. 180. 180.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bears offense led by Mitch Trubisky heading back out there. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
18.
Check, 48.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. We got 4. We got 4.
Now it's Trubisky to Barkley on the check down. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Again, it's Trubisky. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
Mike's 5-4.
4th down. Here's Trubisky. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator. But how about the defensive guys? They stop you on 4th down. They are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
His throw incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
He got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And that's incomplete.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Hey, boys,
Here we go.
Second down, Elliott. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that's why it got bottled up.
Prescott now letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
4 down.
The toss out to Barkley. Got some room at the 30. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
Check 43.
What do you had?
A first down carry for Barkley.
Run.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this. 18.
Tight right.
Hey, gotta go.
Even. 4 down. Even. 54.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down.
I don't think you got it, son. 58, boys. 58. 58's Mike.
Lock in.
Watch the run.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. All right, so the timeout over, and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Taco Charlton in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Well, he better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser, because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left.
Here we go. 180.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
This side, boys. Tight on the left. Tight on the left. Move.
Here we go.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Cameron Meredith, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. But correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
All of that.
it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Let's go, let's go.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Hey. 4 down.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Double tight. We got 4.
A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Alert!
Hey, 4 down.
Hey, gotta go.
Check.
Lock in.
Hot route.
On 3rd down, Barkley.
Here we go. Motion.
3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
They'll run for it with Barkley. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain.
Run. Woo! I know you feel that.
Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the more it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Here we go. 180. 26.
A 2nd down throw for Preston. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones.
3 down.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
3 down.
Here we go. 180.
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
26.
Run for it with Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC division. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, guys, check.
Here we go. Wide 80.
We got to stand up over there.
Wide 80.
Scott on first down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18.
Wide 80. Wide 80.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Double tight.
Here we go. Wide 80. Wide 80.
A second down throw for Prescott, and it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Here we go. Wide 80.
Hey, we are...
Third and long for Prescott. And that is incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their place? I've got the exact third down there.
It's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half?
Tell me, pressure comes and Trubisky goes down. Bud Dupree in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Here's Trubisky to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled? So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Red, up.
Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Gotta go.
Now it's first and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
We got 4.
They go play action here on first down. And it'll be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about what they are in this game.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
180.
4 down. Check 26, check 26.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, Trubisky. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Who that?
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman, then with the Eagles.
That's right. Then gets with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Get in the weight room.
So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On second down, Prescott again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They don't want
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
180.
59.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Here comes the boom.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Spins past it. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. There's sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Now he'll throw it underneath to his running back, complete. And down he'll go at the 25. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff,
18.
but still, a lot of guys to account for.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, it's one thing to complete that pass on a nice sunny 70-degree day, but in these elements, that's a tough thing to do.
It is, and let's just put the whole thing together, not just throwing the ball.
Trying
to protect the quarterback now when you got the pass rushers coming at you, and maybe things are a little slippery on the field. The guys trying to cover downfield, wanting to make sure they keep their footing as the guys make their cuts. Looking back and locating the ball, you name it, it's difficult all the way around, but the guy throwing it, he may have the toughest task.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Check 9.
Right back to him on 1st down. There he goes inside the 30.
Here they come.
And all the way down to the 5. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Hey, we all know it's turned into a passing league in the NFL, but that doesn't mean people still don't like to run the football. When you run it that successfully, your offensive line is fired up. What they want to do each and every game is run block. Get out and smack some people. I would say go ahead and run it again.
Trubisky will throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bears cut into that lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
That time, a 6-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
4 down, 4 down.
Here we go. Wide, ain't it?
They start on the ground with Elliott, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
I got number 80.
Here we go. Wide, ain't it? What do you think?
Prescott now on 2nd down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick-outs, things that they consider safe.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
Here we go. Wide, ain't it?
2nd down, Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage. And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today building up this lead. Looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense that it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to do anything. Sometimes when you're going down the road, you may have to even leave earlier in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home was a big deal. But now they know, at least they feel like it. They're moving on to the championship round. There's got to be no better feeling. They'll get that 24-hour rule in. Enjoy that before they look forward to the next opponent.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Right there.
Running game working. Stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Red's up! Sit up. 180. Hey, 18.
Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4".
On second down, here's Trubisky. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
We got 4. We got 4.
Hey, 18.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
On first down, Trubisky. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. DeMarcus Lawrence in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Check. Watch 54. Watch out.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get the 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bears draw a bit closer.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet. There's still an opportunity.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws, and find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here we go.
Yeah, he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
That's it, baby.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Prescott from the gun. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Well, now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This is taken at about the 14. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize, so adjustments are often a big part of each and every game, and it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work, and being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Saquon Barkley, 65 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
They do tack on the extra point as well, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Dances by him, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another fourth-quarter comeback?
It's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
3 down, 3 down.
There we go. 180.
He's back to throw. The right side going to be caught by Seals Jones. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
There we go.
He'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
3 down.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take all the time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Hey!
Oh, Trubisky going to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Yeah, that's how we do,
The
D.
Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
Lock in, lock in.
They get it to him running left. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. You and I have seen a lot of special comebacks. This one, pretty much unbelievable. Roaring all the way back from that huge deficit, now in the driver's seat.
Take the numbers out of it. It seemed insurmountable. It seemed monumental, like no chance you could get that done, but they did. Let's go back to the 92 NFL season, 93 playoffs. Houston, Buffalo, in Buffalo. Houston with the monster lead, and here come the Bills all the way back to win it.
Led by Frank Reich, correct?
Yes, Frank Reich was the quarterback. He'd done it in college a few times. He did it in the pros with the Bills. How old were you then?
I was 10, but I remember it. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a two-point conversion to tie it. Gold now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. In need of both the touchdown and the two-point conversion here, down 8.
And it's time to just separate those two in his mind. Okay, the two-point conversion will have to come later. I remember playing for a coach and hearing him tell our quarterback, son, there's no such thing as an 8-point play. So let's not even worry about that. Get it into the end zone. We've got the two-point play cooked up, but let's get to that when the time is right.
They'll be trying to focus on the 6. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Back to throw. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And now the spike comes with 28 seconds left on the clock.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Hey, we go wide, ain't it?
59's Mike, 59's Mike.
Back to throw. That's caught by Meredith right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And that one is incomplete. It stops the clock now with 15 seconds remaining.
Take four.
Hey, here we go. Wide, ain't it?
They'll look to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Prescott to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
54, right there. 54.
Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.